Hello everyone. Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking some Halloween goodies. I did go to a couple antique shops, so I have some antique finds to show you guys. I also have some stuff from Lowe's, Home Goods. And I also just want to kind of go over my Johanna finds because I think it's just kind of fun to show like the full-blown collection of what I found. So we're going to talk Johanna as well. So if that sounds like something you guys want to see, grab a snack, grab a drink. My drink for today is in a brand new ghosty tumbler that I ordered off of the Spirit Halloween website. Has a bunch of little ghosties all over it, so I love that. So that is my hydration today, a nice ice cold water. And yeah, get cozy and let's get into today's video. I'm wearing my Dracula shirt today, you guys. This is the one, I don't know if I mentioned it in another video, but I went back to Target and they had some of the Dracula shirts and I was able to find one in an XXL because the one that I showed in my haul a few days back or a few weeks ago is the 3X. I think it was a 3X shirt and it was really big and I love it. I still wear it. I washed it and it shrank a little bit, but I still wear it because it's very like very big and loose. But I wanted a shirt that was a little bit more fitted, and so in the Target store they had the XXL and I wasn't sure if it was gonna fit because sometimes that's hit or miss right now, but it actually fits, so it's a more fitted version of my Dracula shirt. So I have some vintage Halloween finds. I have some stuff from Home Goods, some Lowe's, just it's kind of like all over the place. This is gonna be like all over the place. Let's start with Lowe's, because Lowe's, I went because I wanted to see the blow molds. Specifically, I wanted to see the Casper blow mold, and I was a little disappointed in Casper. I mentioned this before, I do not like that the pumpkin that he is holding is in the back. He's like has his arms behind his back and he's holding the pumpkin. I feel like that's such a waste because it's a blow mold, it lights up. You want to see the lit jack-o'-lantern, at least I do. So I feel like that's kind of the reason why I did not go after Casper. Otherwise, I probably would have bought him. So anyways, all I got from Lowe's is some window, like some mirror ghosties. They're little like stick-on ghosts. I like to put these on my mirrors, especially the one here in my office. I plan on putting it and it glows in the dark. So really cute, just some little ghosties for that. And then I picked up some witch buckets. I love this lime, or people call it slime green. I love this green color, and the bucket itself lights up. I don't know if it has a battery or if I have to put a battery. Does it light up? Oh, it does. So it does light up, but I like the witch. That's why I got it. So I love the witch on her little broomstick. And I got two of them because I'm thinking of maybe using this bucket for my spooky friend. I have another bucket that I picked up before that I might use. It just depends. I have to put everything in it and see which one it's going to fit in better. But these plastic buckets come in handy. We host like a pumpkin carving barbecue at our house with our family, and I always use the buckets for, you know, you could drop the pumpkin trash in there or, you know, let it hold knickknacks, things, you know, snacks, whatever you want to use them for. So these plastic buckets, I always use them. I always find a purpose for them. So even if I don't use one of them for my boo bucket, I will definitely find something to use this. Let's just talk reseller for a second. Okay, I always say how angry and how annoyed that I get with resellers, right? Because the resellers, you know, they snatch up all the goods. Well, I will admit I did buy one item from a reseller. I know. But I did buy one item because it was something that I really wanted. That's the ghost on the swing. Now, The funny part about this is when these guys first went viral, the resellers had them popping up on Mercari for like $80, $100, like ridiculous prices, right? I think he retails for $15 in store. So the price that they were putting him at was just ridiculous. So obviously I did not pay that. And then as time went on, Home Goods and stuff, like they were still putting out the Ghost on the Swing. But because I don't live close to a Home Goods, I only go when I'm in the area. And that's not as often as I would like. Otherwise, I probably would be hunting Home Goods all the time. The chances of me finding the viral Ghost on a Swing were very slim, and I still wanted him. So I was looking at Mercari one day and the prices were dropping on these ghosts because obviously no one's gonna pay $80 for this thing. And I was able to find him for $25, $26, which it's still almost double the price of what he's in retail, you know, retail for. But then when I thought about it, it's kind of like I could either wait till next year to see if I could find him or just pay, you know, pay the extra and just get him. And so I made the decision and I ended up getting him. I have no regrets, but I just think it's funny that these guys going from like 80 something bucks to 25 is just kind of funny. It just goes to show you that, yeah, people were not going to pay that much money for, you know, an item. So yeah, I did get suckered in and I did do the reseller. I did buy from a reseller. I'm sorry guys, but I really, really wanted him. And the size of this thing is really huge. He's big. I thought it was gonna be smaller. So not bad, but he's so freaking cute. So I can't wait to find a place for him. Right now he's hanging out on my bookshelf, my spooky bookshelf. I mean, obviously none of you guys are gonna know. None of you are gonna know that I paid what I paid for him, but I wanted to be more transparent. So there you go. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? I did find a couple goodies at Home Goods, but it's stuff for my spooky friend's boo basket, so I'm not gonna show those because I don't know, I don't even know if she watches my channel. She probably doesn't, but just in case, I don't want to spoil anything. Home Goods had the ghost candles. These guys were on my radar. Let me turn them on. They're LED ghost candles. These were on my radar because Pottery Barn has these for a ridiculous price. I think it was like for one ghost, it was $30, which is insane to me. So 2 of them for the price of half that is just crazy. But I picked them up. I think that they're really spooky and eerie, and I love that it's an LED candle because obviously this isn't gonna make me nervous. Like tapered candles make me nervous. So this is gonna be really nice to find a spot for them. Right now I have them hanging out in one of my little jack-o'-lantern mugs. I have like, I put paper inside of him and then I'm able to stuff the ghosts into him and they're just kind of hanging out there on my spooky bookshelf. But I tried to put them on the tapered candle holders that I bought. And I'm a little bummed because they don't sit really well. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just the way they're supposed to be. Like, obviously, like, they're sitting, right? They're going to stay. But if someone were to walk by or bump it, this guy is going to fall over. Which is one reason why I get so scared for tapered candles. But these are the ones that I bought from, I think I got these at Marshall's earlier in the month. And specifically for these candles. So I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna decorate with them, but I am nervous the fact that he leans, like he's not, it's not very stable, but they look so cute. So, and it's a timer, so they stay lit for about 5 hours and then they shut off and then they turn on again like 19 hours later or something like that. So kind of cool. I love that. But yeah, the ghosty candle. Can't complain. Ross, this is Ross. I picked up this pillow. I don't need pillows, you guys. I don't need pillows, but I bought this one because I love the scene on it. It's like this whole spooky town, like a little, what does it say? It says pumpkin decor, Halloween shop. It's a Halloween shop, you guys. And what do? I shop for Halloween all the time. So it's a little Halloween shop. It reminds me of like a vintage scene. I love the ghost. I love the way that he looks. He's such a classic sheet ghost. So I picked up this pillow. It was $14. And I have a plan to put it on my bed because I kind of want some decorative pillows to put on the bed. You know, the kind of pillows that you're going to throw off when you're ready to go to sleep. But I wanted something cute, and I think that this is going to look really cute on the bed. So the spooky shop, no regrets. I'll have to take a picture. Maybe I'll remember to take a picture and insert it here. But at Ross, I got a ghostie that's popping out of a jack-o'-lantern, really cute. And then, oh, Home Goods, the other stuff is a lot of Johanna Parker. So we'll show that. I'll do a show and tell with that next. But let's move on to other things. Socks. Here, see, I'm telling you guys, I'm all over the place. The other thing at Home Goods, I found Grinch Halloween. Grinch Halloween, which I thought was so cool because I didn't think he would do Halloween. That's kind of funny. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 pairs of Grinch Halloween socks, and they are ankle socks. Yes, millennial here. But they're ankle socks, which I love. And I love to wear socks around the house if I'm like, if I don't want to wear slippers, or if my feet are cold and I just want to throw on some socks. I love to throw on a pair of Halloween-y ankle socks. So these are perfect. And then obviously these will be worn all throughout the year when it's colder. But I love it. So, and I just love that it's the Grinch and it's not Christmas, it's Halloween. So I had to pick them up. They're so cute. I do have a book. I did pick up, this is the same day I went to Home Goods. I did go to Barnes & Noble because the Barnes & Noble down there, they usually have a lot of like more newer release stuff, and they usually put them out early. I don't know, this Barnes & Noble is really cool. So this book, I got this on Saturday, and this book was actually supposed to be released today. So it was on the shelf. It is The Possession of Alba Diaz by Isabel Cañas. Isabel Cañas writes from, she wrote The Vampires of El Norte. She also wrote La Hacienda. She does a lot of, it's like horror meets historical fiction, and it's so good. And her writing style is beautiful. She paints the picture. It's a lot of like romancy, horror, and just a lot of different elements in one. And I really love the way she writes. So super excited to get into this one, because who doesn't love a demon possessed person, right? That sounds horrible. Who doesn't love to read or watch a movie about a demon possession? Oh my God, that's horrible. Anyways, so I hope this book is good. We'll see. I haven't seen many reviews pop out yet, but I'm sure that there will be some soon as people start to get their hands on the book and read it. But this is going to be one of my spooky reads for spooky season. So love that. Other than the Johanna Parker that I'm going to show you guys, that was pretty much it for Home Goods. I've been good. I've been trying to behave. Let's get into vintage Halloween, because that's pretty much the biggest thing that I have to show you. So I did go to one antique store on Saturday with my husband. And this antique store was not as filled with Halloween as I would have hoped. I did pick up, let me see, where did I put him? So at that particular vintage store, the antique store, I didn't find much because they were still putting out, like the vendors were still putting out some of their Halloween. But I did pick up this little jack-o'-lantern. He has like a little handle, little plastic jack-o'-lantern, and he does open up. So he's a little container. And I picked him up because I love his little triangle eyes, his little classic face. And he was really affordable. He's like $3. So I think I got him, and then my husband got something, and I think I got, did I get a bookmark or two? I don't know. I didn't really get much from this store. So that was that. And then I went to a couple other vintage or antique stores that are local to me. And I went a couple times. So I found things at different times. I did pick up a little jack-o'-lantern blow mold bucket thingy-majigger. A little pumpkin pail. I love these. Like the little antique store has these all over the place, and they're priced at like $1 each. So I always pick one up. Like I got one. I should have got one today at the same, because I went again this morning. But I always find a place for these guys. I like to stick them, like if I have, for example, if I have like a mug or something and I need somewhere to put it, you could always put a little jack-o'-lantern on top of him. Like I always find somewhere to put something, you know. I also got this little pumpkin pin. It's like a vintage Halloween pin. So the back has the little safety pin. And when you pull the little bottom part, the little ghost pops out. So that is just the cutest thing. My mom used to have this, and I remember playing with it when I was little. And I asked her if she still had it in her jewelry box, and she didn't. So this is very nostalgic for me because I have fond memories as a little girl playing with my mom's pins. And I remember she had one, so... So I love that I found that. I'm going to put him on my little spooky bag. I have a vintage canvas bag where I put all of my vintage pins and stuff. So he's going to go there for sure. I also found this pin on Mercari, I believe. I don't think it's vintage, but it's based off of a vintage ghost. But it's this really cute ghosty enamel pin. And he's holding a jack-o'-lantern and he has a little black cat. So it says Vintage Halloween Fun Trick or Treat from Pixel Elixir. So not necessarily a vintage pin, but it's vintage inspired. I found this ghost, the ceramic trick or treat ghost. So the funny part is I've had this on my wish list to find. You can actually order the ceramic and do your own. You can paint your own. Which I almost did, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I actually found one in store, like in the vintage store. So this ghosty, his eyes are not open though. Some of them, they're open, they're cut out so that when you put a candle underneath him, his eyes will illuminate. So his eyes are not cut out, so they're painted black, and then they have like little white pupils, which are kind of creepy. And then he's holding a little bag, which is usually sometimes they'll say trick or treat or something like that on the bag. But I love that he's this creamy color, and his little shoe, the little trick-or-treater shoe, it's because it's a little trick-or-treater dressed as a ghost. So I love it. So I'm going to find a place for him. I have not found a spot yet for him, but I'm thinking somewhere maybe on the spooky bookshelf or even on the bookshelf in my bedroom. What I gotta do is I have to reorganize my books and stuff and make space. So I gotta do that. But I found that ghost and I was really excited to find that one. That was one of my vintage Halloween, like on my wish list. So I love that. There was another vendor there that also had bags of vintage pumpkin. So these are like plastic pumpkin light covers, and they're little vintage jack-o'-lanterns, but they have little holes because you could stick them to cover on the, you know, like the Christmas lights and that kind of thing. So there was a bag of 10 and they were for $5, and I picked it up because I knew I love to decorate with pumpkins in random places. So these are fun to put, you know, around the house, like on the bookshelves or whatever. But when I'm decorating for Halloween, these will fill little spots like on the shelves or wherever. So I know I will make use of this bag of vintage goods. So today I went to the antique store. So it's just a little ghosty sitting on a jack-o'-lantern. Really cute, his little tail. So I thought he was really cute. A little tiny ghosty. He's definitely I'll definitely find a spot for him here in the office. I also had little die cut kind of things. So I got this one. I loved the way the skeleton looks. The little skeleton coming out of the jack-o'-lantern. So I'm going to place him, tape him up on my closet doors. But I thought he was really, really cute. One of the ladies has Johanna Parker stuff. The owl. I bought the little Johanna Parker owl because I love the orange, the black, the yellow. I love owls. This is going to be so cute to go with all of my other Johanna Parker finds. And yeah, so I snagged the little owl. And that brings me to the Johanna Parker version, or the Johanna Parker portion of this video. Let's talk all of the Johanna Parker goods. So I'm going to go ahead and go into that too. Okay, so here I have my tub. This is my Johanna Parker tub, and it is full of goods. I keep this in the closet because I don't want this stuff to get smashed or, you know, it's very sentimental. Like Johanna Parker stuff to me is stuff that I'm going to collect and save forever. So I've been keeping it in the tub and I keep it in the closet, and I've been organizing my closet so it looks really nice and neat. And I love it. So this side has like the packing materials and stuff for my Mercari shop, plus the Johanna Parker tub, plus like the drawers that I keep for my tarot and oracle decks, like the ones that I cannot part with. And then this side of the closet has, I have 2 of the reusable bags that I have filled of the Halloween stuff that I've bought this season. And I have like on the closet portion where you hang stuff, I have like some Halloween sweaters, and I have a Halloween blanket that's hung up there. So it's getting to be very organized, and it looks really nice, and I love that because it's like less anxiety. But here's the tub. So this is what we're going to talk about. Okay. Oh, and then there's the ghost. That's the ghost that's coming out of the pumpkin. I found him at Ross. Okay, so in this tub, I have obviously Johanna Parker goods, but I also have dupes. So this is like vintage inspired things that remind me of Johanna Parker, but it's not necessarily Johanna Parker stuff. Okay. But let me go ahead and take some stuff out so we can have a better view of what's in this tub of goods. So before I show you my stuff, I do have some pieces, like some stray pieces. So I have my black cat Johanna Parker salt shakers. I also have some dupes, like that little ghost from Ross. The Johanna Parker mummy, I have him up there. I also have that little ghost that was from last year from Ross. And the Johanna Parker owl, I found that one at an antique store. But I just didn't want to take them down because I don't want to create a huge mess and I don't want to risk breaking anything. And I also have this Johanna Parker ghost over here too, who's a little one. Here's my collection. I have some up here. I found everything this year. Insane. But I found it all this year. The first one I want to show you guys, this is my little creation. So this is a Johanna Parker mug, the ghosty one. And I'm still trying to figure out how to make sure he stays, like the little tree and all that. I have to restuff him in there. But I did do a little craft where I kind of glued everything together. I wanted something to look decorative with the mug because obviously I'm not going to be using these mugs, but I just want them to look cute. So I'm thinking of making a couple like this. Really, really cute. These are the fall ones that I was talking about. So I have this bat. This is not Johanna Parker, but I found this one at Ross, and I have the turkey. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be really hard. Let me see if I could take you guys off the stand. I'm gonna do my best to keep it straight. But we have this turkey from Home Goods, Johanna Parker. There's the little owl. There's the squirrel. And then those are my fall pieces for Thanksgiving. I did find Johanna Parker towels at Marshall's one day. They had all of them. They also had like the pumpkin and was it, I don't know what other character it was, but I thought the ghost was the cutest. So I picked up the ghosty. Freaking love that. Here's the owl that I got today. Some of these pieces are not Johanna Parker, so that is that weird ghost that I found at Ross with his matching mug and then the little bowl. And that's the black cat that I found at Ross just this couple days ago. So cute. And then the teapot jack-o'-lantern. So these are dupes. Like, obviously they're not Johanna Parker, but I think they will look so cute along with the decor. It just kind of goes. And then my salt pepper shakers. So the ghosts, the pumpkins, Frankenstein and his bride, and the pumpkin and the owl. And then these guys, so this was the very first Johanna Parker piece I found, which is that ghosty, the pumpkin soup bowl, the Dracula that one of my followers sent me. She also sent the devil. And then I found the pumpkin. And the spider I got at the antique store. And I found the bat at Marshall's. I got the ghost from Marshall's as well. And the other one I got at the antique store was the owl. And then I've obviously like the pieces that I just showed you guys up on my shelves and stuff like that. I really love the whole collection. I think it's just so cute. So cute, and I cannot wait to see how everything looks when everything is set up. So that's my little Johanna Parker collection, you guys, and I'm keeping them in the tub so they stay safe. Anyways, my loves, that is all for now. I'm going to go ahead and put all my stuff away so I don't have any accidents and break anything. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Until then, happy Halloween hunting, and we will talk soon. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.